Okay. Ah, the tea. Oh, okay. I'm just waiting for it to cool. No, there's nothing in there but green tea. I'm just too lazy to put anything in this puppy. I don't feel like squeezing out lemons. I don't even know if I even have a lemon to squeeze out. Ah, what is all this shit with Taylor Swift? She's like, the bubblegum music. Remember we used to call bubblegum music and all the teenagers just love her. She is talented though. She is talented. She's got the looks and all that stuff. Her mommy and daddy, they follow. They were rich people to begin with. The mommy and daddy follow her everywhere. Everywhere she goes to concert, they're cheering her on like proud parents they are. And why not? They should be proud. Should be proud. Daughter has success. She's like a billionaire. I mean, what the fuck, right? Give the girl credit. She started off on one of these talent shows on TV, didn't she? I think that's where she started off or something. I don't know. My God, now we're talking about Taylor Swift. But my ex poisoned her mind. Your ex poisoned her mind. How did she poison her own mind? I'm not following. That's a little bit cryptic. How did she poison her own mind? Do tell. So Frank the house rat's on. It says you caused her to have issues. No, people have their own issues. You can't always blame on somebody else. Wrong choices of boyfriends, of husbands, all kinds of reasons they go wackadoodle. I'm not in control of that. Bums that she had as boyfriends or that she married. I have nothing to do with that. Sorry, can't take responsibility on that. Oh, I got you. You said your ex poisoned her mind. Oh, your ex poisoned your daughter. Well, my daughter did that too with my grandchildren. Good kids. I've been in their lives a short while, but I have been. I certainly have. We've gone out for dinners. I've been over the house lots of times, blah, 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 when I was there, even visiting from Hawaii. No problems with the kids. Yeah, it's always the mother or parent that's going to poison children's mind. hmm And I think that's wrong. Let children make up their own minds as to who they want to associate with. Don't poison their mind saying, this is a bad guy because I'm having problems with him. Let them have that freedom, as I call poetic license, to make the choice in their life who they want to communicate with. That wasn't right. So I'm void my grandchildren. So that's cool, right? It's not cool. But sometimes there's something you could do about things, and sometimes there's not. I'm not even sure she's still even living in Washington State. Probably is, but I don't know. I don't know. No, I know she is because I think she has the same phone number and everything with her area code. She has to be still in Washington State. I don't know, but I don't even know if my ex-wife is still alive. I mean, I don't know. Her mom, she looked like she was going downhill. That last photograph I've seen of her, which was awfully frightening, and even I'll say that. My God, sometimes things work out for the best. You break up with somebody because you can't tell the future what they're going to be like psychologically or even how they look. Jesus Christ, didn't go very well for her in either department. Her mom, my ex. Goodness gracious, sure as hell didn't. And sometimes, we call fate and all that stuff. Maybe it does work for you. There's a number of women that I thought would be an ideal partner for me that turned out to be nothing even close. Or as they wind up looking as time went by over the decades, that doesn't even look like the same person that you were so infatuated with, thinking how beautiful they were and lovely and body and all that good stuff. And you look at them now and say, who the fuck is that? There's one girl I used to know, wasn't really a girlfriend, but she's like a real hillbilly type, actually, She had some funky teeth or something, red hair, and Carol was her name. Carol. Not Indian Carol, but just another one. Shit, I saw a picture of her. She got like all curly hair with thick glasses on. I said, who the fuck is that? Some people don't change for the best. They don't age very well. So you got to say, maybe, excuse the word, if I don't turn on, I might combust into fire by using the word, but sometimes it's a blessing that maybe certain relationships did not work out. You don't realize it then, but the future comes and you look back and say, oh shit, is that what they turned out to be? Both vision, both looks and personality and whatever, and say, man, if there was such things as angels, then there'd be some angels on my shoulder multiple times. Multiple times. Oi, oi. No, I never want to get married again. When I was married, I divorced her. One of the best things I ever did, and I look back on it, really. As I said, it was just a relationship that the only reason I got married was really to give my daughter a name. There wasn't like, I was, in my own way, I had feelings for her, but it just wasn't, strong enough or reason enough to stay with her. And educational level was different than mine. A lot of things, really. Her background was totally different from mine, things she's done. She got pregnant only because she didn't want to take the pill, and she always took the pill. Oh, I forgot to take the pill. Ever hear that one before? I forgot to take the pill. Purposely forgot. Because she tried having kids before. She had a miscarriage. She had a motorcycle accident. She was a passenger. She was pregnant. I guess she miscarried. So there comes Uncle Frank, and, well, okay, accidentally on purpose missed the pill. I remember the day that she told me she got pregnant. Big Kevin closed is your YouTube channel. I hope he's a Big Kevin closed. I don't know what you're saying here. You people get cryptic sometimes. Big Kevin closed is your YouTube channel. I hope he is okay. He closed his, explain. Oh, Big Kevin closed his YouTube channel. He took his channel off? I don't know. I haven't been over there. He didn't come on too often. He got his knee operation done. There's no reason to close his channel. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he had a blood clot or something. I don't know. I can't make that assumption. I don't know. I have to investigate that. Gingers can be hot. Oh, you mean redheads? Oh yeah. I tell you what, I've had a couple of three actually. One, two, at least three girlfriends that were redheads. I mean, one of them who was from Carolina, she was a flaming redhead. I mean, flaming. But she had the palest skin you ever seen in your entire life. I guess it must be an Irish background. But she had this totally flaming orange red hair, and her skin was as white, whiter than mine. That's saying a lot. And even down below, her carpet was like fucking red, flaming red too. But something about these girls with the red hair, they just orgasm like fucking crazy. This is not a show for kids, by the way, here. God, I did have sex with her, and, it's just business as usual, having sex, but she couldn't get over the fact that I was the only guy that was able to give her multiple orgasms. And she told me that. But then I go to this bar that, I go hang out on every couple of weeks and meet up with people. And her friend was a bartender there. And in fact, it's her roomie, actually. And she comes up to me smiling. So I know you're in because she was in the other room while we were having a little playtime there. But then apparently she had told her roommate and bartender friend that she had multiple orgasms. So her bar friend, forgot her name. I always remember because she had this long neck for a woman. She had this really long neck. Nice gal, though. Always very courteous and, and has a roommate. And she actually brought it up to me. She was boasting about how many orgasms she had. Now, of course, as a guy, you know us guys, right? We got a big swell head about that. But I don't know, it has something to do with a redhead. Because redheads, because I had another one that was just totally orgasmic. I mean, and I'll tell you a funny story with that. It's kind of gross, but she was a bigger woman. She wasn't thin. She wasn't fat. She was like built like a brick house. She was another redhead. Again, the white skin. I had lived temporarily in this house, which had like a separate apartment, big size I lived in. But it was a very unusual thing. It was only made to be temporary. Instead of having traditional bedrooms, it had lofts. So Shauna had a loft. You walk up the steps, and I had one. I walk up to the steps. Well, that's where we had to go, up in the steps. Well, it was a really bad, let's just say it was a bad timing with her because she was kind of on the rag. And as I said, this is not made for kids. Not made for kids, okay? Uh, and, I have a thing about that. No, man. This chick was bleeding like a sieve. I mean, she was just like, like her fucking blood bags busted open or something on the operating table or something. And everything was covered. I was covered. The sheet was covered. I had to stop. In the middle of the point, she was orgasm. She was, like fucking crazy. And I had to stop. And she was not very happy about that. I didn't see her after that. I did not see her after that. I'm not shitting you. I'm only going to go as far as I possibly can go, but I'm sorry. I don't need a bloodbath. MLS said the only action Popeye gets is with his hand. Oh, I'm sure about that. Hi, Popeye. I know you're probably recording me or simulcasting me. I don't want to make him too excited with the stuff I'm talking about here. I got to watch it. He's going to get orgasmic if he's able to anymore. I don't know. Yeah, but redheads, I don't know why are they so fiery? What does that have to do with the color of their hair? Why are they so fiery? Why does that kind of go together? I don't understand it. And then there was another one, there's Carol, another Carol. I call her Indian Carol. Unfortunately, I think she passed away a couple of years ago. I think she passed away. I want to see how she's doing these days. I read something and her full name with marriage and, her granted birth name. And I believe she passed away. And I'm saying, wow, man. Yeah, she was a redhead too. And she was fiery in bed. I don't know. They all seem to like me more for the sex or something. What did I have going for me? I really don't know. I don't know. I'd have sex like anybody else. I didn't do anything unusual. I missionary or otherwise. I mean, I didn't do anything special. I don't know. Maybe it's my wonderful personality or something that transcends into a sexual experience with somebody. I don't really know. But I've never had a problem pleasing a woman with sex. Still don't. I never had a problem pleasing a woman when it came to sex. It's not like I do any acrobatics. I don't hang a woman upside down by her feet and try to screw her upside down. Or, it's like 1,001 ways to have sex. I have a book or something, 101 or 1,001 ways. I mean, what could you possibly do? I don't know. I was with this Filipino gal from, it was a 3-year relationship, a little shy of 3 years in Hawaii. And she wanted to do this weird stuff for me to be sideways or going this way. I said, what the fuck is the use? What does this fucking matter? Am I entering you or not? It's the same fucking thing, but a different fucking angle. Jesus Christ. Is it feeling good? Shut the fuck up. Oh, believe me, I've been with a lot of women. A lot of them. Don't mean the relationships lasted. Or maybe some were not meant to last. They were, one night stands. I've had one night. Yeah, fuck yeah. Look, when I got divorced, I was a free man. How many years ago that was? I never got remarried. Oh, I came close. A few gals I would have liked to have married, but that didn't turn out maybe for the best. But, I was a free soul. Sowing my oats. I have no regrets at my age now. A lot of these YouTubers barely even had one partner in their life. I mean, look at Popeye. He married the first fucking whore that he fucking met in Subic Bay when he was in the Navy. And even that didn't work out for him. Yeah, she's one of the guys. He married one of the gals that were doing that under the table shit that he used to talk about. Remember he talked about the table thing, him and his buddies, you know, the one place they went to, the round table, has a long draped cloth on there. The woman would go under there and she'd be giving blowjobs to the guys under the table. But Popeye was proud of that. He was proud of that. Frankie's in a good mood today, this morning. Maybe I just got laid. I don't know. Who knows? Can't kiss and tell. No, not this early in the morning. I'll give you a little secret. I don't do it this early in the morning. Uh-oh. Gave out some private information. Oh, man. But, yeah, I was... one thing I could say, I could look back on my life and say that, yeah, I never had trouble getting women. I don't know why. Of course, I was better looking than I am now. I guess without, you know, me sounding very vain, because I was never, let me tell you something, to this day, I've never been vain, ever. Never been vain. I never thought I was good looking at all. I don't know why, but a lot of women thought I was. Of course, I've had different looks through the years, different hairstyles, different lengths. You know, I've been through different stages of life, some changes in me, but I've never, ever, ever had a problem pleasing a woman or getting a woman, especially my days in Washington State. That was the key state that I lived in, where I saw more action than I ever thought I would ever get in my life. Now you got all these floor pounders there now. You know, McDonald's and shit has caught up with them. The earth shakes. It's not necessarily an earthquake in Washington State. You know, it's these women with all this poundage going on. Man, places go through changes, don't they? Popeye lives in the past. He certainly does. Let's all say hello to Popeye. It's probably simulcast me. Hey, Poops, how's it shaking? Don't forget to wash your hands afterwards, though, Pops. Jack Doe says women love guys that are a little bit dangerous. Nah, that wasn't me. That wasn't like that. I didn't do dangerous things really with women. I didn't throw a gerbil up my ass like Richard Gere did or anything like that. At least they say he did. I didn't really do anything terribly dangerous with sex or nothing like that. I was always a gentleman when it came to a woman. Always a gentleman. Always. I treated them with respect, even if they were an overnight one-nighter. I always treated them with respect. Always did. There's not one woman I did not treat with respect, even if she wasn't a full-time girlfriend. Not one woman that I could think of at all. MLSO says even Viagra can't help Don C. Well, I really wouldn't know. It's an interesting statement, but I want to keep it real on my show. Just proving it right now. I don't know. I could say a lot of lousy things about Don C, but I don't know his private life and sexual life. So I'm not going to, make a statement like that. I'm nothing like these people on here. Like I said on my show, I talk about what I know about. Only what I know about as fact, and which maybe you guys know about as fact. And that's what makes my show a lot more credible. You call me every name in a book, but you got to prove it. You know what I mean? Come to reality. Bring the facts up. But they run out of material sometimes. So they use the same old material against you. I remember when he was in Mocktown and made believe he was actually in Hawaii, and he made believe he was in Mocktown. Wow, I must have hurt their feelings. I don't know why. What does it matter that I said I was in fucking Mocktown when I was really in Hawaii? I was playing with their fucking heads. Get over it. Get over it, for God's sakes. Get over it. They're using the same old shit. I mean, the tenants in Hawaii and what I supposedly did or didn't do or something. Get over it. Facts are facts, and they're not any facts that resemble reality in any way regarding my tenants, as what was said. And it wasn't a criminal case or nothing. They just wanted to make some money off me. I was going to sell the house. They didn't want to pay rent to me prior to that. They saw a paycheck at the end of the rainbow. And this is not their first rodeo. There's nothing more to talk about it. They accused me of this, accused me of that, even staged. You wouldn't believe what they did. You know what you know, but you don't know everything. Although I've talked about some of it on here. It's not my favorite topic. Their life ain't going good. Last time I found out, I don't think they're together anymore, and the kids got all fucked up. Do you realize that to have a psychiatrist come for one of the kids? She wanted to commit suicide all the time. I heard it through the wall when I was staying there for that year with my brother, and I got stuck there with the COVID, and she was talking to her mother about having feelings of suicide. Nothing to do with me. The kid had problems. I don't know why. But the family wasn't perfect. They drank, smoke pot, smoke cigarettes around the kids. They do business. Now I ain't going to say what it was. They do business around the kids. It wasn't the most functional family in the world. Far from. They were messed up. I mean, they were messed up. God damn it, I was a good landlord. Anything they needed. What do you need? You need that paint, that room painted? No, because they didn't want me to go in there. They didn't want me to see what they did to my rooms of my house. My goodness gracious. Not all is what you hear and see, my friends. You can say anything about anybody, even me. But you got to ask the question, is it really true? Yeah? Or is it hearsay? Is it factual? Made up to make somebody sound like they're a bad boy? Nah, none of that shit's true, man. How about the one sitting on a limb looking in the window? The only limb on a tree around my house is about 40 feet away. I like the one about when I was painting the trim of the house, and I don't want to get into this one. I'm staring in their windows. Yeah, when the fact is, when I was painting the house, I absolutely told them, I'm going to be painting out here. I want to let you know I'm out here. I'm painting the trim. And even the wife said, okay, thank you. Thank you. She thanked me for telling her. But of course, this is YouTube, and it's also, some lying ass tenants too, who were trying to make a paycheck. And as I said, it wasn't their first rodeo. They rode that funky horse many times, and I don't think they ever won. And they didn't even win on this. And the only reason there was a six, as they like to talk about, a $60,000 thing in the court was because, well, I didn't come there in person. I came on camera, which I thought was perfectly acceptable. They wouldn't have won that thing at all. He had to do it. What do you call that? And he had to make a judgment based on the fact that I wasn't there in person. What the hell do you call that again? It doesn't mean that the facts of the case were real in regards to what they had to say about me. It just has to do with the fact that if you didn't show up, then the judgment went to them, no matter what the facts were. That's all it was. Just a lot of YouTube hype. A lot of YouTube hype. That's all it was. That's all it was. Give something people to talk about. And somehow I enchant their boring lives. But I'm just really big on facts. That's just who I am. Tell the truth. Nothing to hide. Unless there's something to hide, then I guess you don't talk about it. People seem to think they know me in and out when they really don't know me. They don't know what a fine gentleman I am. And I am a fine gentleman. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So what's new, guys? What's going on with Discord, man? I never hear much about Discord. Since I've been back on YouTube, I would think that Discord would be like, going fucking crazy or something, What the hell? As I tell you, I don't go on Discord. No, I really don't. I don't. Shoot, even how to get on the damn thing. Dog poop pickup time. I'm not doing it. They're going to do it. 1, 2, 3 piles. Oy vey. Oh no, let me sit in the meat machine here. Oh, we had a guy fix the brakes on here. It's falling apart, this thing. See this in the back? My neighbor has something just like this, all torn apart. His is rusting. The fenders in the front are rusting on him everywhere. But this is getting there. This is not covered all the time. They took the canopy off the sides, but it's going to start to rust. And they got to keep this thing clean, You see what's happening. It's wear and tear. These things are made pretty cheaply. But to tell you, they come in handy, though. It give the kids some freedom, to be able to go to school and whatnot. And they just want to go downtown for something, So, yeah, it works out real well. As I said, I don't want a car. And at my age, too, I just don't want to drive. I'm more respectful of people. What if something did happen to me? I'm on the road. I could kill somebody. Or I could kill myself. Or, the way people drive around here, I could get killed, too. I just don't want to be part. I've had too many near misses in my life. And not because of bad driving. A couple of times I made some bad judgments. And it would have been my fault if I hurt anybody. But for all the years I've been driving, it generally, anything that's ever happened, wasn't that many, but there's a few incidents, was not my fault. It was people's careless driving, horribly careless driving. And, we're talking about the Philippines here. And if you ever spent any time out here, you understand that, how they drive around here, how they don't pay attention. You got to watch your ass out here, is the best thing I can tell you. Some serious shit as far as driving out here. Mostly motorcycles, though. Mostly. That's if they're all getting killed on motorcycles and scooters. And it's called scooters, really what they are. Even in, what was it, Jim saying? I don't know. What about, you don't need a license if you're, I don't know who's saying that. Was it about Cambodia? If it's 125 cc's or lower, you don't need a license or something. Here, I know on this island that you need a license if it's gas powered. You need a license if it's gas powered. If it's electric, you don't need a license here. I don't even know how to even get their licenses around here, to be honest with you. I have no idea because they don't know how to drive, or they're drunk or something. I don't know. Drunkenness does and has been a lot of the reasons why they also got into accidents around here. They weren't paying attention. There's lots of reasons, but drunkenness is always a major factor. Even bus drivers on the Ceres bus, CERES, a big bus line out here. How many drunken incidents have happened with that? And they're driving, a bunch of innocent people back there, maybe 60 people in the bus or something. Dogs are fighting or something. Listen to them. Oh, they're just excited for something. Oh, another lump of shit. Somebody's coming out. I'm not going to be on shit patrol. Fuck that shit. They're going to clean the dishes this morning, and that's what they're going to do. And I told Gil I want nothing to do with the garbage. I said, you want to do the segregation? Nobody's doing it. It's a proper thing to do. It helps the guys have to sort this shit out. But everybody winds up throwing and dumping all their garbage in one sack anyway. They mix it all up. We got to be the exceptional party here, But, unfortunately, the kids don't follow these directions. They might throw any kind of garbage in any bag. Then the fact is you got these open bags, which allow the cats, and I'll show you it. There's going to be, I'll be a disconnect if I go in that area, so I won't go there. They're open sacks. So it means the cats could go in there any time and forage through the garbage. Okay? Then I find it all over the place. In regards to the cats, yeah, I did make that decision. I'm not feeding them anymore. They're not my cats, although basically they are. If you started feeding them, they're your cats. But it had to get to a point where I said, no, because new generations are going to come thinking I'm the guy that feeds them. They carry disease. They carry all kinds of shit. I don't want to deal with it. And when a mother starts abandoning her kittens, I get pissed off with that. There's a cute little kitten that died because the mother didn't want to attend to it. Mother Nature speaking, She could have found some fault with the cat, something knew it was sick somehow, and didn't want to waste the time and mother's milk to nurse it, and a lot of reasons. But I don't like to see this, I really don't like to see this. Good morning, expat. That's right. You always come on later. I think you complain saying, Frankie, 2 shows too early. I'm still in bed when you come on. Well, I'm on now. I've been on for, Jesus Christ, it's been a little over an hour. We've had, interesting topic on here as usual. I don't even know how I even think that clearly in the morning to even come up with topic matter. We started off with old Jimbo there, Jim's Gasian adventures, He was at it again, imposing himself on people in Cambodia. You just don't do that. You got to take a different approach, but he's drunk all the time. He don't even know what the fuck he's doing half the time. He's so proud of his fucking steroids. I mean, geez Louise. He's not the only one. There's a lot of people that have been using steroids for a long time. But, I'm no expert on steroids, but I know that long-term use of this, there were wrestlers, all kinds of people dying of heart attacks from steroid usage. And I'm the kind of person that says, either you build up muscle naturally, without chemistry. I can see taking more protein, stuff like that. Sure. I can see that. Yeah. That's natural. It's I have no problem with that. Taking collagen, protein. In fact, I got to buy more collagen, for God's sakes. I thought I ordered some, but apparently I didn't. I ran out of collagen. But, when you take steroids, it's like cheating. So he boasts about his muscles, but how did he get them? We've gotten those kind of money. And I'm not that impressed with his muscles. He's got an old-looking body. Oh, I've seen some guys on here that when they're 50s, 60s, 70s, oh my God, they're built. But they're all taking fucking steroids. So we're supposed to clap our hands and say, hey, way to go, man. Way to go. No, I don't. Because unless you do it naturally, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. Expat Froze, I woke up late today. I'm under the weather. Oh, sorry to hear that. We're all under the weather, if you know what I mean. We're subject to whatever the weather is. But I know what you meant. Just fucking what you meant. Yeah. Oh, now that I got my butter. I might decide to make pancakes this morning. I don't know. We need some new pans. They're not exactly stick-proof anymore. It's hard to find some quality pans out here. They got to be thick metal. They use stuff other than Teflon. That's the ones I want to go for. But the Teflon, when that starts chipping off on there, that could cause cancer. That could cause problems. I don't know what can't cause cancer these days. Whether smoking, whether even fucking alcohol causes cancer. But, everything you eat, whether they got, if it's if it's GMO, if they're pesticides or, everything, believe it or not, barbecuing your chicken and pork and stuff could cause cancer. All that charred skin, flesh on there, the charred flesh on there turns into a certain kind of chemistry that can actually cause cancer. You can't win. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't win. Tell me, just walking around, you could get cancer. You don't have to smoke. You don't have to drink. Just walking around the environment could give you cancer. There's so much toxins in the air. But what are you going to do? Hermetically seal yourself? Be a boy in a plastic bubble? I mean, you can't avoid these things. Come on, thumbs up. What is with you guys? You love coming to hear me, but you're not willing. You're fucking with my algorithms, man. How dare you? That's the popular word I hear now. I even hear them talking about it. Oh, kind of fucked up my algorithms this morning. It's like they're talking about the bursitis. I didn't take my medicine for my bursitis. My bursitis is acting up. The algorithms, I fucked up my algorithms because I didn't do a show today or whatever. I mean, what the fuck? Are you kidding me, man? Has it come down to that? They're all worried about their fucking algorithms. That's the word of the decade now, really, is algorithms. They're all worried about their algorithms. There was a time I never heard that word before. What the fuck is an algorithm? There was a time I never heard that. There's a lot of words and expressions that are kind of new age stuff that I never heard of before. I never heard of people referring to people that died is that they become unlived. That's a very new one to me. She unlived herself. Instead of saying, that the person killed themselves. I'm sure you must have heard it somewhere, because I did. She unlived herself. Like, what? Why don't you say she killed herself? Or she died. She's now unlived. Who uses that? I never grew up I never heard that before. They just say, hey, man, she's dead. Or if they killed themselves, committed suicide or killed herself. They don't say she unlived herself, a TikTok star. They're all stars on TikTok. They unlived themselves. Like, what the fuck? Unlived. That's kind of a freaky fucking word, All right, who wants to take bets on Jim? What's going to be his biggest fuck up while he's in Cambodia? See, everybody has a reason why they don't return to the scene of the crime. He will not go back to the Philippines because he knows what's waiting. He's got this family that wants to kill him. He's got his wife that wants to kill him, or certainly put him in jail for adultery from the spouse, and all the bad things he said about her and all the tapes she has of him to get him in jail. He ain't go, oh, it doesn't mean I'm going to make a trip. I love the Philippines. But then every other word, every other show, fuck the Philippines. It's a filthy, dirty place. And all these expletives about the Philippines. Then he turns around, according to his level of drunkenness, I guess, starts saying, well, no, I think the Philippines is great. I plan to go back on vacation. No, he don't. If he does go back, he certainly ain't going to say where he's going. But then again, who knows? His passport could be under investigation. That if he goes to the borders, he could be taken in for any number of reasons. According to what his wife, Dexel, has done in the interim, he says, I went on her channel. I never go to her channel. Sure he did. Oh, I went on there for 2 minutes. I was listening to her lies. No, he would sit there jerking off or whatever he does, intently listening, because he's so infatuated with her. Because he doesn't get much women. Even if Dexel is a total fuck up, Dexel to him, I mean, he's got a tattoo of her and the 2 kids on his fucking arm. He can't get taken off. Spends $400,000 on her. The guy's a freakazoid, man. Hey, Bueno Cano, welcome back. He gets drunk and roid rage is only a matter of time he lands in trouble. Yeah, I've been saying that all along. They all fuck up on here. They all fuck up. Remember, they all float. And we know a lot of floaters that are not around anymore. They're floating in hell right now for the dastardly things they said and done on YouTube. They're all floating. They all float, Johnny. They all float. I think I pretty much finished my tea. I just might make my shows just as long as it takes to finish my tea, instead of kind of elongate my sessions on here. Unless I have something more to talk about here. I'm not sure what I want to do first, exercise then eat or eat the next. It's a little early to eat, but I don't have any certain time limit on when I eat. I just don't know what I want to make. Do I want to go crazy and just make some eggs with potatoes in them? There's the carbs, but I got the protein in there, but do it the natural way. I wouldn't mind getting protein powder, but you see, having kind of a history now of kidney stones, I still got to have the proteins, but you got to watch them. The only way you're getting too much proteins is in a urinalysis, I got to watch it. Girls got to watch her figure, and I got to be careful. But as you get older, whether you know it or not, you need more proteins for your muscles just to function. I mean, seriously, you do. And how many grams I'm supposed to have per day? I'm not getting that many grams of protein per day. Oh, hell no. I try to. I'll eat beans, I'll eat eggs, I'll eat whatever, but meat here, you're getting your protein, but sometimes that's just not enough. It's not enough sometimes. Come on, thumbs up, people. Something. Hi, Barry. By the way, Barry's probably out there. He's upset because he can't come on here. Well, he'll go into a different name and say something, whatever. But yeah, Barry's been mouthing off quite a bit lately from his jail cell. He says, I'm not in jail. You're not in jail. Could have fooled me. Where have you been for the past 2 3/4 years? If you're not in jail, you in the Hyatt Regency somewhere? Where are you, boy? Where are you? No, I think you're actually in jail, Jack. That's what I think. He never ceases to amuse me either, you know. Even behind jail bars, he's still going on. He's still making posts on YouTube. He doesn't learn. He just doesn't learn. He doesn't learn. And he's still posting stuff. Not really making videos, but to come up with some cutesy graphic of some sort. Sorry, I'm cleaning a pan out here. Because they didn't bother to do it last night. Just laid a sink full of dishes and shit. Even some bottles of Mogu around here in the sink. They don't want to go out to the garbage bags. They don't want to throw away the garbage. They don't want to put it away. They want to leave it for me or Gilbert to do. But they volunteer to clean up, though. But I'd rather not see anything in the sink at all, because that's just going to attract ants and shit like that. But, you know, they do what they do. I can't bitch and whine and complain about it all the time, because they're not going to like me if I did have to really say what I want to say when they do things like this. Fortunately, they do like me, but things could turn tide, you know what I mean? I become a tyrant around here, and I don't want to become a tyrant. I'm used to having things done my way. I like having a tidy house. That's just me. I'm not a pig. I'm not a pig. I like things when they're clean and hygienic and sanitary. But that's me. Shit, I ran out of olive oil. There's nowhere locally to get a real bottle of real extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed. They got these transparent bottles, you know, they're clear, which you don't want to buy because it just renders all the money you spent on there. It just renders it useless. Oxidation, whatever, to the oil. What's the purpose? And you would think that the manufacturers of that, which I don't understand. You'd think that the manufacturers of that olive oil would know better than to put their product in a clear bottle. It makes no sense to me. If they're a legitimate olive oil company, it makes no sense to me. Because they know how the olive oil will degrade if it doesn't have a like green or brown or a dark bottle. I don't know why they do that. It's so simple. Maybe it costs them more money to have a dark bottle. I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I just buy the product, but I'll only buy the right product. And you're going to spend a lot of money on a good bottle of olive oil. You will. They're not cheap. But if you're going to buy olive oil, at least get the best. How am I going to do this? I want to make some eggs. I'm going to make eggs and potatoes. There's the carbs. I told you I don't know. Maybe I'm changing my own mind. Let me just pause for a second to think before I go any further than I am. I want to get the protein from the eggs, but I love, scrambled eggs with potatoes. I love that. That's a good standby meal. You don't know what the fuck to cook. It's a good standby for me. I'll wait a few minutes to get my thoughts together, what I want to have for breakfast here. She doesn't always have breakfast for me. I'll make something extra for her. Sometimes she just doesn't eat properly, But then again, I can't force her to eat this or that or force her to take vitamins or supplements, you can't do that even with your own woman, you can't. So what you do is you basically take the fucking vitamins out with these Filipinos. Take them out, lay them on the table. Here's your C. Here's your D3 with K2 and whatever, or CoQ10. I really wish she would take this stuff. I really wish. Oh, Pennywise is back. Wow, we are being blessed with Pennywise. Greetings and salutations to Pennywise. We got the gang here today. Oh, we're talking about all kinds of shit. Don't even ask me. You know me. There's never just one topic matter on my show. I guess that's what makes it interesting. Guys, I got to tell you, I'm at that hairpoint trigger right now, where I may just get off again. I've been thinking about it again. They all think that I can't stay off YouTube. I managed for 3 months. If I could do it for 3 months, I could do it forever. It didn't bother me that much, maybe the first week, but no, I had more. There was more value with me going on YouTube when I was just a listener, a fly on the wall, than an actual participant. Yeah, I got more out of it that way. But here I am, launching like a hurricane. Here I am, taking all the pleasure and pain. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment. I don't know. All right, what's on the agenda for today? I can't tell you everything. If it stays cloudy like this, I might decide to go for a walk on the beach. Well, it's according. I'd rather go on the beach if it's more high tide. No, but then you can't. There's not much beach to walk on then. Yeah. I can say that till the end of the day. It's a lot cooler. It's kind of nice to go walk the beach, go beach combing. You don't find any really interesting shells though here in the Philippines. I don't know, maybe where I live, but I never find too many interesting shells on the beach. Find a lot of trash that washes in, but then if they don't pick it up, the trash just washes back out again and goes into some other beach somewhere else. Heminger, my God, everybody's here. Heminger says, Einstein said there was no beginning to the universe. Said a lot of things. Heminger says, she says, think about it. If there was nothing before the Big Bang, that really is something, because if it was sitting as a void of nothing, that is something. Wow. Got to analyze that statement. That's some deep thinking there, Miss Heminger. Even for me, I'm such a cerebral person. I'd have to contemplate. I'd have to think about that statement and try to decipher it. You're doing some deep thinking this morning. Like a musical song, the universe always has been and never created. Can we say the song was ever created? No, it just was always there. What song? Man, you're above my head this morning. You're definitely above my head. God, why am I thinking of Taylor Swift's song, her newest song? I'm not a fan of hers, but she's pretty talented, though. She knows how to entertain people. She got the money. The family had the money. She has it all together. She's like more of bubblegum music. We used to call bubblegum music growing up. You know, songs that were made for little teenies and all that. That's what she does. But hey, she's a fucking billionaire. Man, she's still young, too. Yeah, she may be bubblegum with the music. She's probably badass in bed, I'll tell you that. She's good looking, probably even without makeup. She wears a lot of makeup. You know who's kind of bizarre looking? Of course, that's Lady Gaga. I don't know what to make of Lady Gaga. She's got, I don't know, something not symmetrical about her face. She got a nose, but she wears so much makeup and gear and eyelashes and all kinds of shit from one show to another. Is Lady Gaga talented? Absolutely. She's very talented. I think her best work is what she did with Bruno Mars on that one song. I thought that was excellent, and the harmony, and I thought that was a good song. And these are people that I would never really normally listen to their music or buy their albums, that kind of stuff. But if somebody does something good, I'm going to say it's good. If it leaves the song that remains in my mind, then they've accomplished something with me. No matter who they are, bubblegum music, whatever it might be. If you got talent, you got talent. But unfortunately, guys, although they might have some natural talent with today's music now in the industry as far as the creativity part, They're double, triple tracking people's voices, and they think, wow, what a voice they have. Well, they probably have a good voice, yes, naturally, but when this is too much enhancement, is what I'm trying to say. Their voices are enhanced. I've talked about this before with the new technology. Nobody has a triple, quadruple voice. It sounds like four people singing at the same time. It's not natural, okay? And there's usually nothing natural about these people with all the makeup they're wearing and all that shit. Everything is glitz and glamour. Audience can easily be influenced by the background lighting and the sound and the voice enhancement, and you know then the music builds up to crescendo, and also that one sentence in the song that they sing, that one lyric in the song sends the crowd wild. Oh yeah, she's got those long legs. She certainly doesn't got that going for her. Hey, I will never say she's not talented, man. I will tell it like it is. I don't have to like them as a performer or anything. But if you're talented, I'm going to say, hey, man, you're talented. And they get famous because who they have backing them up. Did you know? And I remember, I can't, God, it was on a radio show. Maybe it was somebody talking on Howard Stern's show, but they were talking about how this guy can make a star out of anyone. It's all the theatrics. You could build somebody up that you never heard. You could put billboards around at the time with this person's picture that they never even seen. And they're becoming famous just from that. Nobody knows them from jack shit. But because their pictures have been put around, they then become a point of topic, a point of view, a point of talk. Yes, with the proper enhancements, with the musical technology they got out now, you don't even need a drummer. You don't even need a guitarist. And a lot of them are performing with, these are all pre-recorded shit that they're just lip syncing. In fact, Swift was on a talk show with, was it Jimmy Kimmel? Who was it? Singing that new song or whatever. And she was singing on the show. And she wasn't really even singing. It was all recorded. And they say that now you can be a one-man band. One-man band. Musical instruments. You could do that all on a computer. Everything on a computer. They do it in the streets now. I see these street musicians doing it on the internet. They got this whole musical accompaniment. There's nobody there. They'll separate their lyrics, their actual verbal singing, from everything else. And they have a pre-recorded preset that was set with their computer. Next thing you know, you sound really good. Even I would sound good. Imagine that. Let's see, I'm not reading my comments. Hemminger says, the human mind says, well, if something exists, there must be nothing. But what if there never was a nothing and there was? That's too deep for me in the morning there, Miss Hemminger, too deep. Right now in the universe, there is no such thing as nothing. Alt-hat void is actually full of energy and matter, called dark matter and dark energy. Well, there is dark matter and dark energy. I believe that. Could you just picture a never-ending universe? It sounds bizarre and weird having a void out there. Is there really black holes? Is the universe just never-ending? And when you drink a glass of water, you're going to drink so much that the glass of water is going to be empty, right? But supposedly with the universe, it's just never ending. It's just unfathomable. It's just you can't even picture that in your mind of a never ending universe. But that's where the black holes come in. And if there is alien technology that's more advanced than us, I'm sure they're all more advanced than us as a species. They know how to travel through these black holes to get somewhere that's like a million light years away. Try putting that into your thoughts. We think we're high on technology here as humans on this earth. Oh my God, we're just a speck of dust, Mrs. Hemminger. We only entered here. How many years has it been that we actually really came on this earth and developed into who we are today? And if you want to go into everything from anthropology and science, There's different figures they come up with according to who the scientist is, but we have not been on this earth very long. When you think the dinosaurs ruled this earth for a couple of 100 million years, they were the predominant species, Mrs. Heminger, on this earth. The dinosaurs. The dinosaurs, they ruled the earth until, well, there's a great Big Bang Theory and all that shit, and catastrophic meteor, exploding star, supernova, whatever. Think of it. They ruled the planet. And there were so many animals, Mrs. Heminger, on this planet. We only have left over, whatever survived, such a small fraction of what used to be dominating this earth. Think about it. Think about it. I studied quantum physics. Did you really? Like a good song, Frank. Tahir never was a start. The song always existed. What song? Tahir. So I think you're thinking of a theory that things have already happened, is what you're really saying. I'm trying to dig deep into your psyche. That things already happened. It may not just happen for you already, but that everything that's going on has already happened. We're just not there yet. Is that what you're kind of saying too, That the future is already here. It just hasn't come yet. And that could, brings you back to like time travel. Is that, how do we know that, this is getting pretty deep this morning. Please stay tuned, people. My goodness. That things have already happened. We just haven't experienced yet. So, back to the future, okay? Go back to the future. Back to the future. That's an interesting statement besides a movie title with Michael. But think about it. Mrs. Heminger is right about a few things on here. But not many people can really understand the possibilities or have that ability to have such a deep thought about the possibilities. They don't have an open mind. How do we know that people from the future, which could probably say, well, the future's not here. We're living in the present. Are we? People in the future, listen to this, people in the future maybe have a way of coming back in time to correct things that we fucked up. Basically, like you see in the movies, they try to come back because they're trying to save the world of their time in the future by going back and fixing the mistakes that people have made in the past. It's affecting their life, which is their current life on this planet, that they want to keep going, but because the mistakes that man has made, as far as they're concerned, it was the past. They have to come back to correct it. And you've seen a lot of movies like this. And I can understand exactly the whole point of it. You got to correct mistakes. Even in our present life, you do things in life that might be kind of funky or stupid. And you either let it go or you try to correct the wrongs that you did. And maybe there is a future, and maybe there is people that come back in time travel. You got to have an open mind. Most people don't. They're just more interested in the fucking algorithms on their fucking show. These broke-ass motherfuckers that depend on their goddamn YouTube channel just to have an existence and a life here in the Philippines or whatever other country, They're all broke-ass. They don't want to say they are. Algorithms. More to life than algorithms. Einstein said there is no end or beginning. Heminger says, and what is beyond the edge of the universe right now, expanding? Does it go on infinity? Or is there a void at the edge of the boundary? And if it's a void, is that really nothing if it sits there? Oh, that's pretty deep. We didn't need John Lennon to create the song. It was always there. That's pretty deep. That is pretty deep. So, in other words, things to come have already come, is what you're saying. It just hasn't happened yet, is what you're saying. Okay, that's pretty deep stuff. And as intellectual as I am, that's pretty deep even for me. But I get your point. And the reason I do is because, unlike a lot of people, I have an open mind. I always said I don't walk down the street and just like, I look around me. I say, look at the wonders of this tree. It started off as a little seedling, Now they're big redwoods and whatnot. And I think about this stuff. Most people, all they have in mind is when they're going to get laid or how much money they're going to make on their YouTube channel. They spend and waste their life going to Angeles City photographing whores and shit. I mean, fuck, man. Life is so precious. Life is worth more than that. Just like the trolls on here, they spend all the time attacking people. Like Popeye's probably simulcasting me now. Does that give you a good idea of where the society has gone? Gone to shit? But that's more important to record Frank when he's doing a YouTube show? Is that the summation of their life? Amazes me. It just amazes me. All the energy and creativity and consciousness and matter existed before the universe. There is no beginning and starting point. And it makes you wonder. It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And think about that. Okay? A hen lays an egg and you got life coming out of a new chicken. But how did it start? I mean, I get your point. How did it start? It had to be an egg. It had to be a chicken in order to produce an egg and have a chicken. So what came before that? Yeah, it is mind-boggling, isn't it? It is mind-boggling. But for people with open minds, they could probably understand and comprehend what you and I are talking about on here and what you brought up, which is, it's not really bizarre, Mrs. Hamilton, what you're saying. It's nice to have somebody in here who's actually cerebral, that has an open mind and kind of has an idea, understanding of the universe and the possibilities. But, most people on here, they just, their whole life is to attack people, and then they die, and what's their legacy? Well, I used to attack Frank's show all the time. I'm very proud of that. Really? Come on, man. Come on, man, as Ricky says. Come on, man. Really? Look, see it as entertainment, yes. But don't make that your life. That's the difference. You can entertain yourself on here, and even if you want to attack somebody, whatever, do what you feel you need to do, but don't make that part of your life and your endeavors. And when you're on your deathbed, looking back and say, what did I do good with my life? And they can't think of a goddamn thing that they did that was good with their life. Not a goddamn thing. Did they contribute to the arts? Did they contribute to science? Did they contribute to society in any form or way? That's the difference between somebody whose existence really matters or not. You go through life and just you're committing crime left and right, I mean, for what? You're given this very short time of life thinking that, how many years we live, it's not really long. Fuck, there's probably bacteria that lives longer than us, when you really think about that. But they spend all of their time talking this ridiculous bullshit, finding fault with people. And I say to that, what a waste of life. I mean, seriously, what a waste. You realize how precious life is? When you're on your deathbed, maybe only then you're going to realize how precious life is. Only maybe then, when you get a disease that's going to kill you or something, or you're laying in your deathbed with all the fucking hoses in you and breathing apparatus. I mean, I don't know, man. He said you studied quantum physics and biology. You also like to read Einstein's writings. Yeah. They had a lot to say for their time, didn't they? They sure did. I think people were more clear thinking back then. But then he had an awfully high IQ, and most humans, unfortunately, some of them are like on a level of Barry Jordan and people like that, or Ricky or Jim. That prevents our society and our race, and to be advanced is when you got numbskulls like that, and that's why I give a lot of credit to scientists and researchers and biologists and all that. I got to give them a lot of credit because these are the people that matter on the earth. In fact, who do you think is going to be affected when there's going to be a big catastrophic thing? You know, you going to get invited to Cheyenne Mountain? I doubt it. They're only going to take physicists, biologists, people that's going to make a difference. They're not going to take the average Joe to shelter in one of these complexes. They're only going to take the most creative people who can contribute to society. And if you're some dumbass troll on YouTube, I don't think you're going to be part of that privileged numbers of people that will get another chance at life because you're not going to matter. You're worthless. I'm just saying that you have to contribute something in life, and just knowing that life is so short. I don't care. It doesn't have to be anything big. Did you contribute to the arts? Did you create something that people enjoyed? That's a contribution. You know? Did you do good for people in any form or way? That's a contribution. But a lot of these people, they don't do anything. And I mean anything. Totally worthless. And I know who they are. Totally worthless people. Some live behind a dollar bill. Look, when you're on your deathbed, that dollar bill, how much you have, ain't going to mean shit except you'll be able to pay the bills. Grant you that. That's about it. That's about the sum of it. Your money is not going to cure what's killing you most of the time. A goddamn difference when you're on your deathbed is what I'm saying. If you're a cunt, you're an asshole, you're a dweeb, you're a worthless person while you're healthy, then you're still going to be that worthless person on your deathbed. Except the bad thing is you're not going to be able to take your money with you. Money is great if you got a lot of it. It help you out in a lot of ways, but it's not everything. And believe me, if you got a serious disease that's uncurable, money ain't going to mean shit except, get you the best health care to let you deal with it, to pay the bill. But that's about it. You're not going to cure an incurable disease or a disease that has gone way too far to help you. It's in its advanced stage. It's not money is the point. It's over. But you got to look back when you're on your deathbed. What did I do? What did I do? Did I help somebody in some form or way? Was I a kind person? Did I come to somebody's assistance or an animal's assistance or something? You got to have something on your little resume that's going to decide whether to go to hell or you go to heaven. Now, if you're religious, that's going that direction. But, you have to have something. And if you have nothing, that's why I get a kick out of some of these people. They hide behind the Bible and God and everything else. But what do? Call people pedophiles, do some really dastardly shit to people. You might have a disconnect for about a second here because I'm out and back. And they just leave stuff in the washer. They just leave stuff in the washer. They don't want. Sometimes people, so you see the bags we got. You see the cat there too. We bought a new rake. Something like, yeah. Okay, well, I gotta find something to eat. We got a pretty good crew here today, and it took somebody like Mrs. Heminger to enlighten my morning a bit. A little bit too deep for me in the morning, I must say, but nevertheless, you did an excellent job on showing me that there's some form of intellectual life out there on YouTube, which is always refreshing compared to the normal shit that goes on. People just attack at each other left and right. Look, I'm not saying you can't talk about each other. You can do that. Don't go on the overall attack of somebody so bad that you start interfering with somebody's life, and it's illegal in every other fucking way. Unless it is so necessary that you're forced to do something like that. I could understand that. If the person actually did commit a crime, then you take care of it, like I did. Never regretted one goddamn bit of it, and I still don't. You do what you have to do if it's valid, if it's necessary. Otherwise, you just don't want to waste your time, your money, stress out about any of that shit. Do what you need to do, but do it with research and reason and rhyme of why you're doing it. Don't just haphazardly put a complaint against somebody or something because you want revenge. Everything is revenge. It all comes back to hit you in the face, man. Historically, that is what happens. What you do that is unjust and so forth, comes back and hits you in the fucking face. And historically, that is what happened to a lot of these people. Look at them. Some of them are dead. Is that by accident? I don't think so. I might have something to do with their lifestyle, sure. But was it karma in action? Karma in action. Maybe, huh? Expert says, damn, you still on, Frank? You're killing it today. Yeah, I know. Hour and 48 minutes. I thought I was going to be off at least 40 minutes ago or a half hour ago. I'm killing it, man. You're right. Well, you know something? Before I go to my goddamn grave, I'm going to voice out everything that's on my fucking brain. Because it'll be your last chance to talk about anything. If you're dead, you're dead. Dead men tell no lies. Dead men don't say anything. Their legacy does. Their legacy does. It's good to have a legacy. I'm not sure what I'm making this morning. What do you feel like eating? Eggs and potatoes or pancakes or? I don't know either. I'm kind of standing there like, oh, I don't know. What should I make? Should I really eat potatoes because I know all the carbs and sugar? I don't know. How about those tortilla things? How good do they stay in the freezer drawer? Those tortilla rounds we have? As long as they're sealed, they last a long time, huh? Under the coolness there. I wonder because we still have a number of packages left. Yeah. I think I even have some broccoli left from yesterday too. Yeah, broccoli in the morning. You heard me right. Frank, you might outlive all of your critics. That might just happen. I don't know. If I'm alive now, and I'm not an ancient mariner here. You know what I mean? I'm not that old. So 30-year-old, yeah, I might sound like I'm really ancient. But people live well into their 80s or so, these days. Of course, I have one crutch, which is not good, but hopefully genetics and other things that I do good for myself will give me a little bit more longevity. Play it out. What else can you do, really? We all have a habit of some sort, whether you yap your mouth, whether you smoke, whether you drink. But I think a combination of that is even worse. I don't know if you notice or not, but you get fucking mouth and throat cancer just from alcohol. Never mind just your liver. Man, I will never, ever touch liquor. I learned so much about it. That is like one of the biggest poisons that you could ever put in your body is alcohol. Even one drink how it changes the chemistry of your liver. One drink. And imagine being a regular drinker. Can you imagine that? What it's doing to your body? Like anything else that you shouldn't be doing, a habit of some sort. Smoking, sure. Smoking takes its effect. I never said it doesn't. Right now, I just happen to be talking about alcohol. That's the worst thing you could do, other than sugar. Alcohol has a lot of sugar in it too, so it's related. It's all related. Let me look at Ricky, a prime example of a total fuck up metabolically. He's in bad fucking shape. So what is that about Kevin's show is off? Somebody said, you mean he has no videos on there, or what's the deal on that? Heminger says, Frank, you need to hit the books. You got some Shakespeare, Einstein, and quantum physics and molecular biology and philosophy to study. Well, I studied biology quite a bit. You know, I never got into the heavy duty stuff, quantum physics. I was a terrible mathematician. I can't even do good algebra. I always got the concept of algebra. I could never, I got the concept. Even geometry, I got the concept down, but I could never fall through with it and actually do it and have it work for me. And that's why I couldn't get into any kind of a medical thing because, you see, chemistry, and I took chemistry courses, but the problem with that, you had to know math, really pass your chemistry. And that's what held me back on chemistry classes because I just couldn't comprehend the mathematics. I really couldn't. I couldn't even figure down to Barry, who's worse than me in math. He's a king of fuck up on math, of knowing how many days he's been, 900 something days of exactly, is it 2 3/4 years or is it more like toward 3? I mean, and on a spot, I couldn't just do the math in my mind. But there's simple things I could do math in my mind. But Barry was never even able to do that. One time he said that 4 + 3 was 8 or 9 or something. You remember that? Some of those statements he made? Talk about a fucked up brain. Yeah, Heminger says, I took chemistry and lots of math. I almost have a math degree. You sound very intelligent to me. I don't know who you are, really. I know you're a man. I don't understand why you just don't go public and do your own show and kind of share with us some of your own philosophy of life and everything else that you're so on doing on here. Why not just go public? You don't have to say where you live. You're protected, man. You're totally protected. So I just don't understand why you don't go public. And you'd probably be a very interesting show to listen to. And I would be one of your fans, actually. Of course, you've tacked me in the past, too. I always keep that in mind. I got a good memory for certain things. Just keep that in mind. But I'll make exceptions. I'll make exceptions. I've been known to. So, but you got a lot to say, it seems. And it's a waste, to me, as far as I'm concerned, it's a waste that you just don't just come on and do your own channel. You probably would be somebody very interesting to actually listen to. 5 thumbs up. Okay. You'd be somebody probably actually very interesting to listen to. And look what we got out there. We got people like Rick and Jim and Big E and all these people that are just fucking worthless. Worthless to the public, worthless to themselves, worthless to the YouTube community. That's what we got out there. We don't need that shit on here. You need somebody who voices their opinion like me, but does it based on facts. And I always mention that because it's a key word, facts. Not conjecture, not hearsay, not any of that bullshit. Based on facts. And they call me a liar for telling the truth. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They call me a liar for telling the truth. You know why? Because the truth hurts. Nobody wants to be exposed. And I've done a pretty good job of that, I would say. Nobody wants to be exposed for their buffoonery, for their ill ways, and their lack of fucking brain tissue. Nobody wants to be in that position. So what do? You know what they do. They get defensive. They get defensive. I think I pretty much figured out what I'm going to make here. The air fryer now. So the potatoes, I'm going to make some scrambled eggs. And I do that now. What the hell am I in the mood for? God, I walked away from the phone thinking you could hear me. I usually have the phone in my hand. I walk away thinking you could really hear me clearly, but honestly, yeah. And speaking of a bizarre name for her song. Thinking of. It's called The Fate of Something. Fate of Something. Weird fucking name. I don't know where she came up with this, but oh hell, she's creative. Creative minds, we think alike. Heminger says, quantum physics says observation changes things. So I'm better off anonymous. Not really, man. I think you have a lot to offer. I know you're a troll and all that, but I think you have a lot to offer. You know, you're probably one of the most cerebral people on here right now, other than myself, of course, but you probably are. Major troll for a decade, but you got a lot to say. And why not share it on your own forum, your own channel? Think about it. Okay, I've been on here almost 2 hours. I didn't expect to be on this long. What I got to do, if I'm going to come on here and do a show, is do a limitation, at most 45 minutes to best, because that's the only way you're going to keep people's attention, especially the fact that I'm not always on camera. New people come in and say, well, I don't know, if the guy ain't on camera, I'm not interested. Heminger continues and said, Schrodinger's cat read up on that. It changes the thing you're observing. Wow, I don't even know who these people are. You're a very learned person there, Heminger, I must say. Some of the things I have no idea what you're talking about, but you're educating me, and I appreciate that. There's a lot of things I know and a lot of things I don't know about, but there's not much that I don't know. I did a statement, a profound statement I made once. There's not much that I don't know at least a little about. I think I made that statement. I know about a lot of things, and I'm not expert on everything, but there isn't much things out here that I don't at least know a little bit about. Some things more than others, but I don't know everything. And I'm always learning. That's why there's wisdom with age. And if you manage to reach my age, and unfortunately a lot of YouTubers that are my junior in age, probably not going to reach my age because they decide a lifestyle of debauchery, obesity, insanity, jail. They're not going to live that long. So the question is, should we feel sorry for them as a human? Should we actually feel sorry for them? Well, we can't force people to do the things they do. They do it on their own. And if they do stupid things, they win stupid prizes. So you're supposed to feel sorry for them? I really don't. I'm sorry, but I don't. You know, a lot of the people that croaked on here were trolls. Do I feel sorry for them that they died? Well, life, death is final. And you don't really want to wish that on anybody. But if they do it to themselves, I'm okay with it. I have nothing to do with it. I'm fine with it. You made your bed, you got to sleep in it or lie in it, you know. Hey, that's an expression. Lie in it. Make your bed and lie in it. That's all they do is lie. They lie about everything about me because they can't keep up with me. They know I do good shows. They know I have great topic matter all the time. They said, Frank has no topic matter. Well, I beg to differ on that. Past over a decade, I've had a lot to talk about. A lot of deep subjects, a lot of subjects about what's going on factually in the community here too, that you can't deny. And the reason you can't deny it is because of the fact that we've seen it and we heard it, and you can't deny what has been, like on Barry. Death threats to me, calling me a pedophile, everybody's heard it. And I had the evidence that was presented in court on a big screen. And his mouth was just hanging open. He couldn't believe I had the evidence, which sounds really bizarre in itself, because how can you believe I didn't have the evidence when I used to put it on there? Is he that dense? I guess so. He kept on saying, I'm not worried about nothing. You ain't got nothing on me. You ain't got no evidence. You're full of shit, Frank. Well, not only did I present it in court, but a lot of this shit I presented right on my show. I recorded the shows and I put it on there for everybody to hear. So how could you make such lame statements, uneducated statements that you ain't got no evidence on me? I don't know, man.
Well, there you go, people. Wow. Let's see. I think he patted himself on the back about 50 times. Mm. He's a great lover, poet, philosopher. Everybody lies about him. Really? Is it a lie that he owes $60,000 in a lawsuit in Hawaii? Is it a lie that he had an 8-year-old boy sit on his lap and sing about another man's penis called the Mushroom Song? Is that all a lie? Uh, have I entered the twilight zone? Frank is innocent about everything. Holy shit. All right, welcome in ET Travel Freely, Flying Circus, Chris Cato. Who else we got here? We had MLSO. I got rid of his ass. You come in my live chat and you start spreading lies, you're gone. We got Mr. Tux. ¿Cómo está acá? No han bolito pareco. All right, all right. Who else we got here? We got John S. in the house. Well, we got Don C. also. Yes, we cannot forget Don C. Welcome in, Don C. We got Mike Dowdy. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of people. We even got the Go Go Bobo sister in the house. Okay. Welcome, all you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm like, dude, he's really picking on those kids and mocking her at the same time. I mean, you've been in Philippines for 10 years. Even the biggest fucking moron on earth knows what a Filipino wants for breakfast after he's been in Philippines for 10 years. Okay? And that's rice and eggs. Okay? They want their rice in the morning, afternoon, and evening. He don't give a flying fuck about your pills, Frank, or your broccoli, or your horse oats that you eat in the morning. He don't give two shits about that. Filipinos run on rice. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. 99% of Asians run on rice, Frank. Get it through your thick fucking skull. Nobody is lying about you, Frank. You are a pedophile. You are a groomer, right? You owe 60K. Frank, you're also the biggest cuck that walked the face of the earth. You fucking hooked up with a woman that's married and has 8 children, and you bought her a house. that just screams cuck. Okay. And dude, she's going over there fucking the Zumba guy on top of it. Yes, and a nice, tender, juicy hot dog. You are correct, Mr. Tux. Dude, this guy, I mean, stupid is as stupid does. That's all I could tell you, man. I mean, he falls under that banner so fucking hard, without a doubt, in my military mind. Eh? And it's like I told Chris, man. I mean, he can't even remember the word carcinogens when you're talking about what are some of the things that cause cancer. Carcinogens, Franks. Carcinogens are the burnt meat, sugar, other things. Oh, yes, tobacco, uh, abusing prescription drugs. That's another carcinogen. So, Frank, you're all set up for cancer. Okay. Dude, Frank has two brain cells. One's lost and the other one's fucking looking for it. Okay. And he calls us the liar. Okay. Frank, I have 25 people here that fucking agree with me. 80% of them are active in my live chat. Frank, why do I simulcast you? Because these guys like to be able to say what they want to say in the moment. These guys want their freedom of speech. They want to say terrible things about you. And Frank, I'm going to let them do it. Okay? Because, Frank, I'll tell you what, while my computer is so good, while I'm simulcasting you, I'm also playing my World of Warships game. Keep myself busy so I don't fall asleep listening to that mundane drone voice of yours drone on and on and on. Okay. And none of these guys would be able to stay awake either if it wasn't for the live chat. That's why they don't come to your channel. Period. Only thing lacking here is beer and pizza. Exactly, Flying Circus. Exactly. Elegant Dementia, welcome in. Sick of listening. Yeah, you know, and you noticed every show I've simulcast, it's the same title, Frank the Pedo. We are up to Frank the Pedo, Volume 8. Welcome to Popeye One's simulcast, Frank the Pedo. This is Volume 8. Okay? So I'm going to drive it home that this guy is a fucking pedophile. Right? We have the proof. We have the videos. Nobody here is lying. You're a bona fide fucking pedophile. Nobody's lying when they say you're on hold departure. Nobody is lying when they say you have a immigration complaint on you and that is what caused the whole departure. Okay? Simple as that, Frank. So, Frank, sooner or later, when you go over that year of overstaying, and maybe if they have the resources to come pick you up, they'll come get you. But if they don't, Frank, Here's the other terrible thing that will happen. You will live stream every fucking morning till the day you fucking die. Okay? And at the rate you smoke, and at the rate you get pissed off, that is coming soon. All right? Now, Frank, I'm not wishing death upon you. I'm just telling you what your future is going to look like. Like you turn around and you tell everybody what Ricky's future is going to be like what the hobgoblin's future, what my future is, even though you know nothing about me and quite a few others who you speak of. Okay. What you see and hear on YouTube is not the truth, Frank. Okay. It's just your twisted way of dealing with the bullshit that's rolling around in your fucking head. Reminds me of Peter Van Dever's claim he could not leave because of taxes. LOL. Yeah, I remember that. And dude, why did he hate Peter Van Dever? There's another fucking pedophile right there. Okay? Needs to be unveiled with a teacup. Excuse me, guys. And so it goes on, Frank. And you can't even tell that Heminger is in there trolling your ass so fucking hard. You cannot even comprehend what Heminger is typing out and saying to you. That's what's so funny. Frank, you're so fucking stupid. You don't know that you're stupid, eh? And I'll say it in Tagalog for you. Frank, ikaw ang gago naman ang talaga, di ba, pare ko? Right? That was for you, Mr. Tux. And you can ask that mama son of yours who has 8 children and a husband and a black hole between her legs to translate what I just said. I mean, that's one of his biggest lies. Dr. Sniffs a lot. I'm married to Gilda. Dude, he held on to that lie for fucking years. And even when you got him red handed and you put the goods up on the screen, it's still all a lie. There's a reason for that. That was just civil, it wasn't criminal. You know? Yes, 8 kids, a husband, and a Zumba lover. You are correct, Flying Circus. Now remember, Flying Circus, put him up for that award that we discussed in the live chat. Great. Now Frank has to ask his mama son to translate. Well, dude, did you hear him mocking her? Okay, he's mocking her. Oh, yeah, oh, for breakfast. I mean, the guy is the cruelest motherfucker. Then he goes out there, he starts slamming shit. Look at they left shit inside the washing machine. Dude, if I was in his position, I wouldn't give 2 fucks what those kids did. Because A, they're not his kids. B, he should keep his fucking mouth shut before he gets thrown out of that fucking house. Okay? But he will not take the sage advice that I give him tonight. He will not take it. No fucking way. If someday, by accident, if you overdose on Lexapro or Xanax or drink a whole bottle of Benadryl and you fall on the ground, those kids are just going to walk away and Gilda will go, "Have you seen Pronk? Have you seen Pronk?" And those kids are going to go, "Hindi po, hindi po, hindi po." And Frank, you can be out there lying in the fucking dirt, slow dying. Exactly, Chris Cato. He does not have a fucking clue how much Gilda owns him. You are 100% correct. Right? See, Frank, a lot of what I'm saying here tonight has been written in the live chat by over 22 people. Okay? She translated as you are a swell guy, Frank. That's a good one. She probably will do that. Yeah. Just so she doesn't have to face his wrath and listen to him yell and fucking scream. You know? It's a sad affair. It really is. It's a sad affair. Eh? Without a doubt, in my fucking mind, Gogo Bobo's sister. She does. She hates him. Gilda hates him. I, let's see. He's up to now. He's climbing. He's starting to climb. He's got 139 subs. Right? And I went to the his channel. I started checking it out, and then I went to the replay channel, and dude, uh, every video, every replay that replay channel puts up, there's at least anywhere 2 to 3 to 4 hours of live stream in each one. Okay? This guy has already logged hundreds of hours, and he's only been back since October 25th. Thank you, Gogo Bobo sister. I appreciate that. Because, dude, he, he he will swear up and down he obtained those subs honestly. I mean, how fucking stupid can you do? And the one person he lies to the most is himself. He lies to himself all the time. And when you're that kind of guy that lies to himself all the time, you start to fucking believe it. Like about all these ugly women he's fucked and how great he was in fucking bed and what a stud he was. And I'm listening to this shit as I'm playing my game. And I say to myself, holy fucking crap on a cracker, man. You can't make this shit up. But he does. Frank will be Barry's cellmate. I'm just waiting. It could happen. It could happen. There's a distinct possibility ET travel freely. It could happen. Frank was on this morning bashing Barry and he deleted the video. Oh no, it's up there. It's up there. But if it still ain't up there, Gogo Bobo sister, you'll see it on replay. And then I caught your posting there, ET travel freely, of what he had to say about yachts. And dude, again, you are slandering another Filipina. And I'm saving the video, Frank. Okay. So, Frank, you better pray at any point she doesn't come back to Philippines. Because, Frank, I'll give her the fucking money to bring you in for fucking cyber liable. Okay. Guaranteed. Listen closely, Frank. I will give her the money to fucking put a cyber liable case against you. And you know why I'll do that, Frank? Not because I don't like you or hate you. It's because I can. Because, Frank, I have money and you have none. Yeah. So there you go. You have another 2 hours of just rambling into one topic matter from another topic matter. A lot of I don't I just pay for it outright. I will not collect a fucking dime. I'll give her a couple of thousand American dollars and I'll say, cyber liable the living shit out of that cocksucker. Okay. All right. They and dude, you should also be careful when you're talking about Mick Fisher because he could show up there at any time. And I'm sure if he twisted your ass into a pretzel, he would walk away and get away with it because you have no more recourse. You have no more. I sold my house money. You have a house that's going to shit. You got a Filipina that's married to a Filipino. You got kids running all over that house. Your life is in a world of shit, Frank. And I would not put my worst enemy in your shoes, Frank. And yes, your lumbering biceps. Thank you, Steve 25901. Elegant dementia. What a fucking name. You're killing me. You guys are fucking killing me with the names you come up with. Oh, man. So, Frank, with that one little video that I got, you pissed two people off. I know when they hear it, they're not going to be fucking happy. You know? So, if I was you, I would shut your fucking dump truck mouth. Because it just wrote a check that your hummingbird ass cannot cash. Shaw could raise thousands with a lawsuit against Frank. Yes, she could. uh, yeah, yeah. I know flying circus. I know. But guys, it's Saturday night. I gotta go chill out. It was awesome giving you my monologue. And I won a lot of games with Frank's droning voice in the background. Kind of motivated me. Paid straight cash though. So you guys have a good night. This is Popeye 1 with Frank the Pedo, Volume 8. I'm out of here, man. Catch you on the flip side.